Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Wednesday, November the 22nd, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and create our trade plans for the day. Our trade plans are our hypotheses. We do create multiple trade plans. We do not know what the market's going to do. We create trade plans based around normal auction logic with the, if then that scenario. And then we wait for the market to open up, see what the who's in control, and then execute the plan that best suits what the market is doing rather than trying to create a plan and figure out what to do on the fly. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to. Then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, your own risk metrics. So take a look at yesterday. Yesterday was classic. We were looking for a move to test the 2600. I said that on Monday that we should by the Thursday, Thanksgiving, have tested into the 2600. We ended up with a open test drive on the open. Buyers took control, very, very strong buying right up into the 98, and then we just basically went sideways, banging on that 99. We hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. We were banging on that 99. Then we finally broke through. They got to the 2600. The defenders of the centennial number, as they often do, stepped in and kept the selling pressure on, and eventually, they weren't able to get back inside, and we rotated back down towards the midpoint of the day. If you didn't catch this move, it was basically, chop all day long. So you're in early on the news, on the open, and that was about the only good trade of the day. So overall, overnight, inventory is somewhat balanced. We're about, I would say, about 65 to 70% net positive. We tested the 2600 again, and again, the sellers stepped in and rotated us back down. We are creating higher value, though. We've got a pretty good Gaussian distribution with strong kurtosis around that 9750 area. So there's not a lot that the overnight session will tell us, other than the fact that we basically held value higher and continued to stay outside of the larger time frame micro composite. We have gapped up. We are going to open near the all-time highs. Key levels to watch, obviously, are going to be the 94.25. That's one tick below the low overnight of 94.50. Below that, the 90.25, basically where we accepted value once again to put the new all-time high in. We did equalize, again, a very, very, very good example of putting a all-time high in the Globex, that 94.50, and waiting for the RTH traders to go up there and equalize that high, and now we have an unadjusted all-time high at 2,650. Below 94, look for them to rotate back down, test yesterday's open, and this prior microcomposite VPOC at 25.90.25. The key line in the sand is going to be the 87 area. That's the value area high from the microcomposite that we broke out of. And there's really not much up there except for a couple measured moves. So taking a look at the overnight session, our overnight high, which is likely to hold now, is 2600. Overnight low is 9450. Our VPOC is not going to shift because of the strong kurtosis at 9750. We're basically trading around it right now, and that's basically all the information. I'm going to be using we had a very tight value area. This is a classic P-shape portfolio, and this is some short covering. I'm going to be using that 99 area. It's the value area high, and that's going to be my over-under line. And the value area low, we do have a LVN at the 95.75, but we've got this 94 and a quarter. I think that's much more important. So I'm going to be using 94 just underneath it, and a break of the overnight low in this LVN would target this 87, which is going to be our key line in the sand. Before that, we have targets at the 90.50 and 92.75. This is a thin area, so there's nothing to lean against down here until we get to that the key line in the sand, which is going to be, actually I can just move. We have the half gap fill too at 86 and a quarter. I'm just gonna because this is going to be a target, not a trade area. Let me just. And then we're going to have a trade area at 84. Our daily ATR is running at 1690. That's 20 period full session average true range. So off of the low overnight, our upside daily ATR is all the way up here at 2611.50, believe it or not. And then our downside daily ATR is 2583. Very congested in this area right here. And then that's going to be it for trade levels to the upside. Obviously, a breakout above 2600. Our weekly upside ATR target, the week low, is down at 25.55.50. So our upside weekly ATR. Is that correct? Hold on one second. I just want to make sure that this is correct. The week low. Or is that our month low? Yeah, our week low is 67.75. That's why my numbers are off. plus 35, 36. 2603. Okay, so that stays the same. And then we've got the monthly up at 2612. So in terms of hypothesis, again, this is the last full session of trading. We have a holiday session tomorrow. The markets are closed tomorrow at noon, and then they reopen and trade through to Friday morning, I think 12:15 Eastern time. So we have 2 half days left in the week. So we have to be thinking in terms of light volume, holiday drift. So really, nothing's going to change in terms of my hypotheses. I'm looking for an open auction in range, in value, a move down to test the 24, maybe down to the 92.75, but finding responsive buyers and basically coming up and challenging and putting in a new all-time high as we drift higher into the 2600s. We could easily today take out both the overnight high and the overnight low. Of course, we could come down and get stuck down here in the thin area of the profile. So my secondary hypothesis is an open auction in range, either failure to take out the 2650 or a false breakout, and then a rotation down into the 94 area and basically chop between 94 and 87 and basically going sideways into the session. Hypo 3 is going to be an open test drive. Failure to get below the swing low here at 95.75 pushes right up into the 2600s, chop up here, and then push up into this measured move. We've got a 2606.50, and then push up into the rule of 10, the 2610, and that is a target. That is hypo 3. Hypo 4, open auction in range, failure to take out the high, push down into the 87 level, and then fail and come down and fill this gap, and then start to base, maybe even get as low as that 77 microcomposite, 7750 microcomposite VPOC, but somewhere between the 81 and the 7750 basing, and starting to work our way back up and close somewhere in around that 90.50 area. So those are my main hypotheses for the day. For ES, take a look at gold. You can see that, again, we just continue to chop in this balance, but we're holding that 78 again. So anticipating the move up into the 91, 93 area today. Nothing changes in terms of where we are. This is very tough to trade gold with this sideways chop. Anything below 76, you're watching that 72 level. You can actually even move it up to the 74, but 68, 63, and then any failure below 63 gets a bigger move down. I doubt that gold's going to make much of a move today, though. Anyway, that's what we're looking at. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.